Hey, this is Grant, one half of the Herdsman, coming to you today to talk to you about one of my favorite animes. Yes, it's Full Metal Alchemist, Episode 8. Okay, so this is yet again another filler episode, and yeah, it's, remember how I said the last one, it kind of upped the rating? This one ups it even more. And you might be asking, oh, if you gave a PG-13 rating to basically stitching an animal and a human being together, what could get worse? Serial killers. Yep, this is a kids' show that went to serial killers. And it's not all that inaccurate. Don't get me wrong, it's not done for, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, titillation. It's not done for shock. It's just not shielded. That's one of the things I appreciate about this and other anime is they understand that it's animated, but they also understand that's merely a medium of storytelling. And I really respect anime for doing that. And, yeah, this gets surprisingly dark. It introduces a character that's going to be much more important later on in a rather interesting way, because you see, this character was always in the manga, the book series that it's based off of, but you never really got an origin story, so to speak, for this character named Barry the Chopper. And this is a really interesting story. It's one of the things like that you see in a movie that you find out later it was a creative choice by the director and you really love it, like the talking head in The Prisoner of Azkaban. Just something that was really creative license and really worked well within the story. And yeah, I really love this episode. It's filler, but this is one of those few shows where the filler is actually pretty good. And a lot of shows, filler, it feels exactly like what it is. I mean, it's not necessarily bad. It can be bad, but it's not necessarily bad. It's, one of the things I like about this is really how seriously they take this character. Barry the Chopper is genuinely unsettling. He is a person who goes from various locations in this city called Central, which is where all the adventures so far, at least the ones centered around the military, have happened, and he drives around in a food truck essentially looking for his victims, and he dresses as a woman because he's not a very masculine looking person. He's very, I believe the word is lanky. He doesn't look overly male. He's not like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's more like Bruce Lee. He's just very, very lanky. You could make him look like a woman and you might actually believe it for a second. He has a effect later on in this series which makes him comedic, but wow, for this one episode, you take this out of context, he's really scary. And he really, he doesn't feel like he's just tacked on. He really affects this character. He affects Ed in just this way of feeling utterly hopeless. Right around this time in the manga and in the other series, he was just already feeling hopeless, like, yeah, we have magical power, but we can't even save a 5-year-old girl. That worked in both of those mediums, but I think it works here better when you see him going against not just threats of a magical nature, but of just the corruption of the human spirit. I mean, seeing, as the character Barry himself refers to it, people who kill because they can. This is incredible, and this is an idea that is so brilliant, and it could have gone so wrong. They could have either not touched enough on it, or they could have they could have glorified it in a way. That's how delicate this issue is, and they just handle it beautifully. And it's a filler episode. This is completely a fabrication of the creators of the show, of the writers they have on staff, and I gotta say, you did really, really well, writers of Full Metal Alchemist, whose names are too complicated for me to say. Man, after reading the manga, I can't. There's no difference in the quality of the writing of this episode. I really have to sing my praises about it. And with that, until next time, don't be afraid to join the herd. Yeah, herd.